On the youngest geopolitical server in Minecraft, things have been getting more intense. Griefings, mass killings, hour-long battles, but no war, as of yet, has been more intense than that war. What war am I talking about? I'm talking about the God War. A war that involved the nation of Business Bay and God. Yes, Business Bay fought a war against one of the gods of SMP Earth, but did they win? Before I start the story, comment down below who you think won the war, the god of SMP Earth or Business Bay. Also, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. Maybe even follow me on Twitter as well. Enough of my self-advertising, and let's get into the story. The story starts in the nation of Business Bay, a nation focused on business, scamming. Tommy Innit, Luke or something, Dio, and Bitzel at this point in time were new to the server and new to Business Bay as well, as Dio and Bit had just joined the nation that day. They got out of conflict with another nation when suddenly, Chip, one of the two SMP Earth server gods, appeared in their claim. The members were confused as why Chip had appeared so suddenly, but soon it was clear why. Chip was there to do business. Chip wanted to make a deal with Business Bay that would involve mining. The deal was that if he ever accidentally mined under the business nation's territory, he would not be killed, but he would also have to give back all of the resources he mined. Tommy then decided that this deal was fair for both parties, so he agreed to it. Chip then soon left the game, but not before the other god of SMP Earth, known as Josh 820, was able to teleport to Chip. Josh started messing around and trolling some of the Business Bay members with posters and specifically a knockback 70, punch 70 stick. Though only the knockback 70 enchantment on the stick was effective, since punch only works on bows, the weapon was still extremely rare and useful. Josh started using the stick against some of the members, launching them back many blocks and also dealing a lot of indirect damage to them via fall damage. But then, suddenly Tommy was able to take hold of the stick. He quickly then reacted to the acquisition of the stick by putting it in his ender chest, so it could be used in future battles. Josh saw this though, and what was already divine intervention became divine thievery, as Josh used his powers and stole the knockback stick from Tommy's ender chest. Tommy did not realize this until Josh suddenly started using a knockback stick again. He then checked his ender chest and found it was gone. This started the actual battle in the God War. As stated in the prologue, Josh stealing back the knockback stick was what escalated this conflict into a war. After Tommy realized that his stick was stolen, he informed the rest of the Business Bay members, and they were all baffled that a god who was worshipped by many would do something this sinister and evil. Divine intervention was a taboo on the server, but Josh did not give a fuck. Dio then started chasing after the unarmored Josh, who ran around some trees, but after taking a few hits from the Business Bay members, vanished. Yes, the god of the server decided to use even more of his powers to vanish himself, making himself invisible and invulnerable to all of the Business Bay members. The Business Bay members were now on edge. Josh could be anywhere and could reappear at any moment. They then discussed their options and soon agreed that they should go into the Business Bay towers and look around the landscape to try and locate God. After climbing the tower and entering the bridge area of it, they then realized that they were out in the open and could be launched off the tower's bridge with a knockback stick at any moment. Tommy brushed this off as Dio claimed he saw a figure in a tree nearby. Bitzel was then hit by an arrow that launched him off the bridge, causing his first death ever on the SMP Earth server. Dio was then also struck and fell off the bridge. He attempted to hit an MLG water bucket, but failed and died, this also being his first death on SMP Earth. Both of them then retrieved the gear as Tommy then exited the tower. They then saw Josh in full enchanted diamond armor. This diamond gear was expected to be above the normal enchantment limit of protection 4 and a breaking 3. Tommy was then even more motivated to kill him, as if they did, they would attain some overpowered gear which could be used to kill technically. They then chased Josh around the Business Bay claim, and eventually he ran into the towers, which the group trapped him in by closing off the entrance. The group were striking him insanely fast, diminishing his armor durability and bringing hope into the members of Business Bay. But then, Luke accidentally broke the barrier sealing Josh in, which Josh noticed, and he used it as his escape route. The group then chased him down Business Bridge for a little bit, but then he jumped into the water and swiftly vanished. The members of Business Bay were outraged with this unfairness, as clearly they did not have access to this knockback stick, or any of the abilities Josh used. Josh heard the Business Bay members' outcry, and as gracious as he is, he told them he would continue the fight without using any of his powers. A few more minutes of fighting took place, until Tommy then demanded that God use his powers to repair the armor. Right after Josh said he wouldn't use them, Josh technically went against his own words to repair their armor, but Business Bay was clearly not mad about that. Tommy really did not want to continue this war, as it seemed like Josh had an endless supply of notch apples, which could keep him alive indefinitely. Bitzel, then out of nowhere, launched a surprise attack on God, which broke his helmet. This attack caused Business Bay to have hope. If they could break God's armor, they could potentially defeat him. Tommy, who was not experienced at combat, created a tactic which was actually ingenious. He ordered the Business Bay members to circle around Josh and push him downhill and towards the water. This was so effective because Josh was unable to use his knockback stick to get fall damage. I mean, you only take fall damage if you fall, but you can't really fall if you're getting hit against the hill. This worked for a few minutes, as they had a long drawn-out battle while running through the plentiful amount of trees surrounding Business Bay. Though the Business Bay members had landed many strikes on Josh, he still continued to eat golden apples. They now knew for sure their only chance at winning was by breaking his armor. The members had noticed one thing through the majority of the fight though. Josh seemed to be targeting Dio a lot compared to the other members. They then realized Dio was Josh's target. Dio then stated he was on low health, which caused Josh to charge at him with godly speeds, though the members of Business Bay were able to use their barricade tactic in order to fend him off. This caused Josh to sprint into the ocean, and a chase ensued, though he had a slow one. Bitzel had broke Tommy's plan earlier, so they had to resort to placing blocks to reach Josh. Luke placed the magma blocks instead of cobble or dirt, so when Josh looped around attempting to reach the shore, his armor took durability damage. The groups were engaged and fought a little bit more until Dio was sniped by Josh, which caused him to die a second time to God. During the last wave, at some point, Josh's boots broke. Once again, even more hope for the Business Bay members, but now they were enraged by the death of Dio. Josh taunted them by claiming he could get 2 million views with an "I killed Time Dio" in SMP Earth video. This made the Business Bay members even more enraged. They were furious. A gearless Dio then attempted to attack Josh, but when Josh retaliated, Business Bay protected him, a wall that would never fall. That's what they became. The two groups fought, doing some more boat battles and bow spam wars, until Bitzel cornered Josh against the hill. The area where he was cornered was 2 blocks high, so Josh's only escape route was directly at Bitzel. Bitzel landed a few strikes on him, which lowered his health severely. Tommy then charged at Josh and struck him once. It had happened. Business Bay had weakened Josh so much, to a point where he only had pants and a shirt, and he was unable to keep any health. Josh had been slain by Business Bay, specifically with Tommy's sword, known as the Slayer of Boomers. The members of Business Bay demanded some sort of compensation for this battle. They had used a lot of resources such as food, armor, and weaponry. During this battle, some light griefing was also done by placing blocks everywhere. Initially, Josh didn't give them anything in compensation, which caused Bitzel, a well-known Skywars trapper, to trap Josh and allow each of the Business Bay members to kill him. Josh had now died multiple times, and then was forced into business negotiations with the Business Nation. Josh really was not interested in business negotiations with the group, so he tried giving them some random items, and used some of his powers to try to distract the group from what had just happened. Soon the Business Bay members caught on to Josh's schemes though. Josh then forked over an airstrike, which was accidentally used by Tommy. He also gave them 40 to 41 diamonds apiece, for a grand total of 162 diamonds between all of them. He later stated that he didn't really mean to give them that much, but it is what it is. He also gave them a jump boost / gliding effect, which was the teaser for the moon event that was scheduled to be soon after. Josh also gave them some command blocks, which teleported the player 700 blocks in the air, and the goal was to try to MLG water bucket and not die. But after many attempts from everyone, only Dio was able to complete it. Overall, the Business Bay members were originally angry at the sudden war, but in the end, everyone got content and rewards from it. Thank you all for 9k subs. We are so close to 10k, and you should subscribe so we can hit that milestone. This video is fun to make, as it involves someone other than the Antarctic Empire. I mean, they're involved in every massive event. It was fun watching how this played out without them. I am also making a texture pack at the moment, so when it's ready, I'll release it. It's going to be 1.8.9 and 1.15.2, so it'll work in both different versions of Minecraft. Well, that's all I have for now, so I'm gonna take my leave. See ya!